discuss the purpose of cabinet committees while explaining the types and their composition. Why are cabinet committees important in dealing with the big issues of the day and the government's overall strategy? Why cabinet committee is very important? See, cabinet committees are extra constitutional bodies. They are not written in constitution. They are not mentioned in a law also, any act. They are extra constitutional bodies and nowhere mentioned in the constitution. However, the executive works तो कैसे पावर कहाँ से डिराइव करते हैं? फ्रॉम द रूल्स अंडर द गवर्नमेंट ट्रांजैक्शन ऑफ बिजनेस रूल्स 1961. तो यहाँ पे यू गिव अ वेरी गुड पर्सपेक्टिव कि ओके फ्रॉम वेयर दे हैव कम. Okay, they have come from the rules of government of India transaction of business rules 1961. Okay, the rules emerge out of the article 77. We have covered it. Article 77 से ही आता है because the president shall make rules for the more convenient transaction of the business of the government. Parliament chapter or president chapter we have covered in polity. Okay, so these are the things which will fetch you these marks, because the point is we do not go from a constitutional point of view. We simply read Lakshmikant and expect we can write a very good answer. तो वहां पर जो फैक्ट होता है ना, वो फैक्ट नहीं मिलता है वहां से लक्ष्मीकांत से कि कौन सा कहां से आया है. ओवरऑल एक आपको आइडिया तो मिल जाता है, बट एग्जैक्टली कौन सा रूल से आया है, कौन सा लॉ से आया है, उसका पावर कहां से इन्वोक होता है, दैट विल ओनली गेट फ्रॉम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. इफ यू रीड द बेयर एक्ट बुक, जो कि पूरा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लिखा है वहां पे, ईच एंड एवरी आर्टिकल, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है, तो टाइप्स लिख देना, टाइप्स एंड कंपोजिशन ऑफ कैबिनेट कमिटीज. 8 कमिटीज है. These are constituted by the prime minister and sets out specific functions assigned to them. और याद रखना कैबिनेट कमिटीज में ओनली मिनिस्टर्स, ओनली रिमेंबर कैबिनेट कमिटीज में ओनली मिनिस्टर्स आर मेंबर्स. ठीक है, तो these are permanent in nature. Cabinet committees are its members, but non-cabinet ministers are also not debarred. Cabinet ministers are members, but usually cabinet ministers होते हैं, but ऐसा नहीं कि नॉन कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर्स आर ऑल्सो नॉट डिबार्ड. मतलब नॉन कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर तो है, कोई एक मिनिस्टर हो सकता है जो कि कैबिनेट का पार्ट नहीं है, बट has to be he may be a minister but not from the cabinet, so they are also, they can. So I told minister. Okay, don't confuse between cabinet minister and a minister. Okay, so can be both from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha also. So there are 8 standing committees. 8 standing committees है. एक है political affair, economic cabinet committee on political affairs, cabinet committee on economic affairs, cabinet committee on security. Political affairs, economic affairs is prime minister. Cabinet committee on security, कैबिनेट कमिटी ऑन पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स, कैबिनेट कमिटी ऑन अकोमोडेशन, अपॉइंटमेंट. तो ये जो सिक्योरिटी है इसमें पीएम भी हेड करता है, होम मिनिस्टर भी है, डिफेंस होगा, फाइनेंस होगा, कॉर्पोरेट अफेयर्स का मिनिस्टर होगा, एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स का मिनिस्टर होगा. नो नीड टू राइट हियर. पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स, रिमेंबर ओनली 2 कैबिनेट कमिटीज आर हेडेड बाय द होम मिनिस्टर एंड प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज नॉट ए पार्ट. दैट इज पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स कमिटी एंड कैबिनेट कमिटी ऑन अकोमोडेशन. रेस्ट इज कैबिनेट कमिटी ऑन अपॉइंटमेंट्स. हाई लेवल अपॉइंटमेंट्स जो होता है ना, जो हाई लेवल अपॉइंटमेंट्स, बिग अपॉइंटमेंट जो होता है, जैसे कि आरबीआई का हो गया या फिर बहुत बड़े बड़े जो सेबी का अपॉइंटमेंट होगा डायरेक्टर का, तो यही दिस इज द कमिटी विच डज इट. इसमें ओनली 2 मेंबर्स, प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड होम मिनिस्टर. ठीक है, मोदी साहब एंड अमित शाह जी, 2 भाई मिलकर अपॉइंट करते हैं. कैबिनेट कमिटी ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, कैबिनेट कमिटी ऑन एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड स्किल डेवलपमेंट. दीज आर 2 न्यू कमिटीज by PM. Now I just want to tell you कि just check in the security, cabinet committee on security is a defense minister. This PM is defense minister. एक बार check करो, just I need to check it. I guess it is now defense. They have changed it recently. It is current affair also. Can anyone check me and tell me? Quick. मुझे थोड़ा याद आ रहा है because last year या फिर मेरा फर्स्ट या सेकंड बैच में कहीं पे मैंने बताया भी था करंट अफेयर्स में. Anyone remember? याद है किसी को? फर्स्ट बैच के कौन है यहाँ पे? नीति याद है क्या? नीति, वंदना, नीलम, तुम भी थे आई गेस. फोरम याद है किसी को? जस्ट चेक करना, ठीक है, एक बार चेक करना. आई फील इट इज डिफेंस मिनिस्टर इज मे बी पीएम ऑल्सो. जस्ट एक बार चेक करके मुझे बताना. ओके फाइन. ओके, तो एक ad hoc cabinet committee भी है. It is temporary. Ad hoc word means temporary. It is formed from time to time to deal with specific tasks. कोई एक specific task के लिए they do it. This is ad hoc. Okay. Now what is the importance of cabinet committee? See, they solve issues and formulate proposals for the consideration of the cabinet and take decisions on matters assigned to them. However, cabinet is empowered to review such decisions. तो दे सॉल्व इश्यूज. कोई भी अगर इश्यू है कैबिनेट कमेटी का, फॉर एग्जांपल अभी क्रिप्टो करेंसी का काफी चीजें चल रही है, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली देर विल बी अ बिल, बट बिफोर दैट बिल कम्स ऑब्वियसली दिस कैबिनेट कमिटीज, पार्लियामेंट्री कमिटीज, दे ऑल talk and formulate proposals ki what to do, and they take decisions on the matters assigned to them. So here, with respect to cryptocurrency, which cabinet committee will be coming? Cabinet committee on economic affairs. Okay. However, cabinet is empowered to review, but they will take decisions. Okay, fine, they will take decisions, but this is a committee. After all, it's a committee. Cabinet is empowered to review such decisions. Final thing is on the cabinet. ठीक है. Cabinet जब पास करेगा तभी जाके it will be placed as a bill in the house. First cabinet pass करता है ना उसको. Okay. Reduces the workload of the cabinet because different issues will go to different committees, so it reduces the workload. The cabinet committee safeguards the principle of collective responsibility. These are the words you have to write. See, when you see the question, you feel हाँ इसका content कितना cabinet committee formulate करता है proposals, but you have to write. थोड़ा उसको खींच के अलग अलग पॉइंट में करके राइट यूज ऑफ वर्ड्स जिसको बोलते हैं. बेसिकली दिस आंसर हैज नो एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी कंटेंट. इफ यू सी, दिस आंसर हैज नो एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी कंटेंट, बट यूज द राइट वर्ड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हियर वी राइट वन इज डिसीशंस, but cabinet is the final thing. Reduces the workload. It ensures the collective responsibility, which is very essential for a cabinet system. Ministers of state and deputy ministers who are not members of the cabinet are members of one or more cabinet committees. This is a way they can closely work with the cabinet. Maybe they may not be a member of a cabinet. Ministers of state, deputy ministers, they may not be a member of the cabinet, but they may be member of the cabinet committees. So in a way, they are close to the cabinet. Like there is a linking. Okay. So different points you are writing. Next is act as a collective check on individual ministers on the PM. So they also work as a collective check on individual ministers and on the PM. Nobody can do their work single-handedly. Okay. The public servants are also allowed to called upon by the committees to justify their proposals, thereby establishing a close interface between politicians and public servants or the bureaucrats. They are also called to take, like they are not members, but they are called to give some proposals or something. Anyone, like public servants, anyone, for example, now lot of big personalities from the crypto world, owners of different platforms, they have been called, they talked, they had a discussion, these are the pros, these are the cons. So based on that, like they're the stakeholder, based on that a decision will be taken. Okay. Next, the preamble is a confluence of our past and peek into our future. Comment. So preamble का एक दो क्वेश्चन हमने इनिशियल डेज पे किया था, डे 21 में किया था, आई गेस फर्स्ट डे पे GS-2 का. Okay, so it is a confluence of our past and a peek into our future. Comment. See, the preamble at the beginning of the constitution is like an introduction and a preface. It is nothing but a preface कि बुक के अंदर क्या है. So it gives an idea. It explains the purpose and objectives with which the constitution has been written. Objectives और purposes लिखा गया है. The objective resolution in 1946 proposed by Nehru and passed by Constituent Assembly ultimately became the base for preamble to the Constitution of India. तो इस हिसाब से आप पहले एक intro दे दिया, okay? कि this is the thing. Now the preamble gave the objectives of the Constitution, ठीक है? By mentioning the structure of governance and the ideals to be achieved in independent India. Independent India में स्ट्रक्चर कैसा होगा और क्या आइडियल होना चाहिए. सो इक्वालिटी, जस्टिस, इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस, ब्रदरहुड, फ्रैटर्निटी, ऑल दोस थिंग्स, एक आइडियल दे दिया. इट कंटेन्स द ग्रैंड एंड नोबल विजन ऑफ आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली. कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली, लाइक इट इज आवर पास्ट, राइट? ऑल दोस पीपल दे आर एसोसिएटेड विथ आवर पास्ट. व्हाट दे हैड अ विजन कि ओके, वी नीड दिस काइंड ऑफ इंडिया, वी नीड this level of India, these are the things, these are the ideals should be there in our constitution. So it contains a grand and noble vision of the Constituent Assembly and is a reflection of the dreams of our founding fathers of Constitution. What dream they had put. It lays down the pattern of political society. हमारा political society कैसे होना चाहिए, फंडामेंटल राइट्स कैसे होना चाहिए, तो वो सब चीज वहां पे जिसको हम पॉलिटिकल जस्टिस बोलते हैं. प्रिजर्वेशन ऑफ राइट्स ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल एज दे वर नॉट रेस्पेक्टेड ड्यूरिंग ब्रिटिश रूल पे पास्ट में हम वी डिड नॉट हैव दैट राइट. So how that rights will be preserved, all these things in an ideal form or in a short form or as a just as a like a single word form पे preamble में लिखा गया. Regulation of religion fabric in a proper way as it was misused by the British in the past. So all these things are connected with our past. Preamble, if you see, all these things are connected because we faced a lot of problems in our past. That is why that preamble has been brought. Okay. The preamble embodies the ideals and aspirations of the people of India and has been a fabric connecting the past and the future. India follows a representative democracy where the MPs and MLAs elected directly by the people. Democratic socialism envisioned by Nehru is practiced where both public and private sectors coexist. Obviously, it is diluted to some extent after 1991, but still then, 1947, 1950 to 1991 is not a small time period. So democratic socialism, even now also democratic socialism is there, but yes, it has been diluted to some extent. Secularism is ensured by right to freedom of religion, 25-28. And till present, you can add, till present also, this is a very big thing, and this has also become a problem also. We celebrate secularism in side by side. There is also still problems happening. So it has a big connect. Now see, you can just add on karo isme. These 2 points. May say democratic socialism, it was brought, fine. Now it is diluted to some extent after 1991. In today's time, 2021, obviously if you compare capitalism and socialism, which is more capitalist, we are more tending towards capitalist tendencies. So everything has a plus and a con. See, there is pros of capitalism, okay, because we need money, India need to grow, but we can't forget this also, because of this India is still poverty. So with present time also we have this problem and it is connected. That is the thing we have to explain. Okay, there have been efforts to take democracy to the grassroots level to panchayats and municipalities. 73rd and 74th amendment, ठीक है, ये भी एक फ्यूचर था हमारा जो कि हुआ 1993 पे हुआ, 73rd and 74th, which was envisioned by Gandhiji. But is it really successful? No. Panchayat Tier 3 do not have enough powers. They're mostly dependent on the state government. So we have to give them autonomy. For that we need to again amend this. Okay, so just one line you write and connect it to the present times, today's time. Now political justice is guaranteed by universal adult franchise without any sort of qualification such as education, property, social justice and tax return. So political justice is there. Now you can add here, so what I did is I have just guaranteed with the adult suffrage, but you can also add with the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights, are we really getting full, like, see, from an individual point of view, you will say, oh, my fundamental rights is very much okay and I am okay with it. But go to the rural areas. Where there is still discrimination. You watch the movie Jai Bhim, you will see what has happened. And it is reality in rural areas, it happens. How the basic discrimination still is a reality. Okay, Article 20, Clause 3, you will see how Article 20 is misused in that movie. How Article 15, everything. Okay. Social justice is ensured by abolition of any titles, Article 18 of untouchability. But untouchability, again, same thing, untouchability is still there. Economic justice is guaranteed by DPSP, but is it 100%? No, because it is DPSP. How many schemes, tell me? You can write here. When you write this point, na, economic justice is guaranteed to DPSP. See, there is no fixed answer. You have to write your knowledge. You have to write what you think from your heart. You have to, मतलब उसको निकाल के कॉपी में लिखना है. मुझे बताओ कितना, how many schemes up to you tell me कितना आप जानते हो कि how many schemes have schemes, मतलब वही जो सोशियो इकोनॉमिक स्कीम्स, mostly all the schemes are socio economic 90%. How many socio economic schemes have legal impact or have legal mandate? Very few. मनरेगा, नेशनल फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट, and some ikka dukka hoga, one or two. Most are not, they do not have a legal impact. So there is no point. Social audit is not there, proper monitoring is not there, corruption or that divert, don't use the word corruption because corruption has reduced in a way, like it's there, but diversion of funds. So what economic justice we are talking about? What social justice we are talking about when there is still discrimination, when there is still like Dalit class oppression in various pockets of our country? That is the thing. So the thing which our forefathers have envisaged or dreamt, okay, they bought it into the books, but in modern times, how much is the implementation? That is a big question. How much is the implementation? These are the reasons. I gave you the reason also. How much is the implementation? These you have to keep right. You have to just amalgamate and write it in your own language. जैसे मैं अभी बोल रहा हूँ वैसा ही लिखना है आपको. Okay, very clear language. No need to use hi-fi words. Hi-fi words में खुद फंस जाओगे उसके चक्कर में. It will backfire. Normal word पे लिखो. Give a constitutional principle, write the what is happening. Give a constitutional principle. Okay, this is the article, this is the thing, forefather bought it, but in today's time these are the things are happening. Start from capitalism, private sector, social justice, political justice, everything you can write. Brotherhood, religion, everything, fraternity, everything you can write. Everything has a one example of today's time. Next point is fraternity. Fraternity is sought to be achieved by making the state secular, guaranteeing fundamental and other rights equally to people of all sections. But are really we doing it? No. That tolerance is day by day decreasing. Tolerance towards different communities is decreasing day by day. Okay, fine, love your religion, not a problem, but also respect other communities' religion also. Okay. And here political parties are the main culprit of using religion. They're using religion as a tool. Okay.